Hello, namaste, good morning. This is Abhinav Gulecha here, Mindful Living Coach. In this video, I'll be talking about can mindfulness help in addiction problems. Just give me 1 second. Let me just check one setting. Just a second. Okay. Okay. Right. So actually, my hello, Facebook user. I can't see your name, but thank you so much for joining. Uh, so, in this, basically, this session is actually inspired from a movie that I was seeing yesterday, and it is the name of the movie is Flight. I had seen it before also. It's Denzel Washington and a brilliant movie uh, where it was actually it's about a person, a pilot who tried to land a plane and with a great amount of skill, and he saved lives. But at the end, it was found out that. The pilot was drunk. He had above the minimum level, the maximum levels of alcohol in his blood. And that person actually during the hearing also he came drunk. During the NTSB hearing also he was drunk. And then he confessed, because he said that the my bag of lies is now all over. And he realized that he has broken trust of people. So basically, that was like a very kind of it was a kind of a dark movie also, and it also shows the struggle of a person who is addicted. Now my what I tried to do was to find out whether mindfulness can help in addiction problems, and I studied certain research articles. So there is something called mindfulness based relapse prevention. So I have just made certain points. Uh, so one thing very clearly I want to say beforehand is that, see, if you face any addiction problem like smoking or drinking, see, mindfulness doesn't replace the need for a proper therapy. So if you are in need of a therapy, just consult a professional, consult people who are trained to help you, right? So mindfulness can help, it can be on the side, but it doesn't replace the need for a therapy. So consult a professional. And when you do this, you are not doing this only for yourself. You are doing this for the peace and well-being of your entire family, right? So don't hesitate in taking professional consultation, and seeking a proper guidance. Right now, a few points, what I want to make it from a mindfulness perspective is that, see, what is addiction? Addiction is basically, uh, you want to cover up something, a difficult feeling in you, and you don't want to face that feeling, and you cover up that feeling with some substance. It can be alcohol, it can be smoking, it can be drugs. And over time, what happens is that that particular difficult feeling, that particular tendency becomes an addiction. You need to have that particular thing. Right now, important thing to understand is that the seeds of this addiction, the seeds of this difficult feeling is there in the subconscious mind, in our stored consciousness. Only and only, the seeds are there in us. Now we think that there are triggers outside us, which make us, uh, do this addictive thing, or make us drink alcohol or get us into smoking. But the underlying reasons for that particular thing that you're doing, like alcohol or smoking, the underlying thing is some kind of a stress, some kind of a difficult feeling, which is you have repressed it, and it is there in your subconscious mind. So what you need to do is that once so uh, take the proper therapy for the problem, but also do something for that difficult feeling. Just, through some mindfulness techniques, what you can do is that uh, you can be more aware of what are the difficult feelings are there in you, which you have suppressed. And then you can embrace them, and then you can basically find the roots, right? Where from these difficult feelings are coming, right? And the more you are aware, the more you'll be basically able to heal those difficult feelings. The roots, what I'm trying to say is that the roots of the addiction problem are not actually the addiction problem. The roots are the the difficult feelings and emotions which you have not allowed to them to express, or you have not allowed them to heal, right? Because of our unconscious tendency to repress anything which our mind terms as negative, we have till now kind of repressed them through these all things. Now what we have to do is that we have to also embrace these feelings and look into those feelings as they come up, right? So what our job is, that we have to acknowledge. So every time the difficult feelings, so what we have to do is to be more and more mindful and see what kind of difficult feelings or emotions or whatever is coming up in my consciousness. It can be kind of something which comes in my mind, my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions as they come up, or it can be I can just be more aware of my body as to where some sensations are coming up in my body. So becoming more and more mindful, that we need to do. The more we are able to be mindful, uh, the more we are able to f- see these difficult feelings, embrace these difficult feelings, and look deeply into those feelings to find their roots. So that is first. Second, bring more and more energy of mindfulness, right, to take care of these mental formations. So you see that's this craving or this difficult emotion that is coming up, understand and realize that this is, don't question it. Don't question these difficult feelings or emotions. Understand that they are just coming up, they are already there in the seed form. So what we have to do is that instead of fighting with this difficult feeling or fighting that why I am having this addiction problem and all, um, practice self love. And what basically we need to do is that bring the energy of mindfulness instead of fighting that difficult feeling. Bring the energy of mindfulness through mindful breathing, through a lot of different practices, and allow that energy to then take care of those formations. And this is a slow process. It's like unconsciously we have not, till now trained our mind to repress those difficult feelings and cover them through unmindful consumption like alcohol and smoking and drugs. Now what we need to do is that we need to kind of train our mind consciously, right, through meditation, through the daily practice of meditation, through the daily practice of mindfulness, and allow the energy of mindfulness to come up and then take care of those feelings. So that we need to do. Another thing what I was actually checking in some of the research articles was that the traditional approach to addiction management was that to stop and repress these cravings from arising. Now the side effect of that approach was that actually there was and these are like based out of studies in America. So there was a 50% relapse rate, right? So if 100 people stopped kind of the addictions, uh, within 1 year there was a 50 people started them back. So one learning that the researchers found was that to stop or repress those feelings of cravings is not the solution. So another approach which few of the researchers and few of the people who are working in this direction have kind of experimented is mindfulness. So what, and they have even actually structured it like a mindfulness based relapse prevention, MBRP. Mindfulness, you can search it in the on the web. So what they use, certain mindfulness techniques they use for help preventing the relapse. So through therapy you have like taken care of this thing, the person is like now uh, no more having addiction. To prevent the relapse, they help the person practice those mindfulness techniques, and they have given a lot of good results. Now, basically, what the approach says is that rather than kind of fighting those states of mind that trigger the substance abuse, we start kind of naming those feelings. So, one of the essential mindfulness techniques is labeling or naming, right? Which is basically when the feelings come, instead of getting lost in those feelings, we start labeling or naming those feelings. Okay, this is the right now. This is the feeling of kind of depression that is coming in me, or anger that is coming in me, or self pity that is coming in me. So what it does is that I'm like going one step back and I'm witnessing those feelings, and and so I am going beyond the energy of my mind to identify those feelings and not get stuck with those feelings. One example can this be is that that suppose if you are facing an alcohol problem and you have to go in a party in the evening, which you know that there will be a lot of alcohol there. So what happens is that your mind starts, that story in you, that I'll go in that party and I'll get drunk, and next day I'll have a big hangover, and I'll end up at work drunk, and then all the people will have so much reactions about me and all these things. So through mindfulness, what we do is that, see, one thing is, and we cannot fight with this particular thing, is that okay, I have an addiction problem, right? You cannot fight with this, and you're trying your best to deal with this problem. But the second thing is that we don't add another layer of suffering to this problem by creating a mental story, right? So I'm having this problem, I know I have to deal with this problem. I am taking some kind of a therapy, uh, some kind of a psychological guidance to deal with this problem. But at the same time, I'm not into my mind creating all these stories, adding more and more suffering as to what are the people thinking about me. Nobody thinks, everyone thinks about themselves only, right? So our own mind gives us pain. So we at least, mindfulness can help us remove that level of suffering. That's that second layer of suffering, which is self created, right? So that we, so what mindfulness does, it helps us disengage uh, from the energy that we give to those thoughts, and it gives us more freedom to choose our response, right? In any situation, how we want to respond to that situation. At least the next time you see a bottle in front of you, you if you practice mindfulness, it's like a muscle, right? The more you train yourself in mindfulness, the more stronger it becomes. And at least the next time you see a bottle, you'll have at least a 1% less chance of giving in, right? So it's a small sort of thing, and it's the kind of our practice. So I'm not saying that it replaces therapy, but it can help, right? It can help us be more mindful of. So, and one more thing, what it can do is that, so suppose if you have like if you have um, uh, if you are under grip of alcohol or addiction or something, and what happens is the kind of guilt that comes in after suffering that, and that guilt is actually pushes us down more into addiction. So what we can do is, through mindfulness, is that by practicing mindfulness, is that okay, you did not want to drink, and you drank, and you had a hangover or something. And then what you do is that, instead of brooding on that particular thing for days, and giving suffering to yourself, you immediately try to get over it, right? You just see that, okay, you just feel that it is just my feelings of guilt that is running in my mind. You just bring your attention to mindful breathing, and you just get free. You get free, and you realize that I have another goal to accomplish, my life goal to accomplish, and you set yourself to that goal. So this is not running away from your problem. This is where you take a conscious decision, said whatever has happened in the past has happened. Now I only have this present moment with me, and I can make this present moment the best that I can. Instead of brooding and being in the past, I can, whatever action that I need to take, maybe it is taking consultation from a trained professional, or it be some self care work that I need to do. I can do it, but I can do it only when I'm mindful, I am free from that story, and then I can do my work. So it helps us to get out of that guilt and all these things that come after the addiction episode happened, right? So some action steps what I will suggest. So from my limited knowledge, my limited kind of knowledge in this matter is, some action steps. So first, start a daily practice of meditation. It's very easy, uh, very easy. Just what you need to do is, just bring your attention to your breath, just in and out of the breath, the belly, right? Just sit for 10 minutes daily, and the in and out of the breath, just focus on that. Do not change the breathing. Just, this is called basic breath awareness meditation, anapansati meditation. Start a daily meditation routine. It will go a long way for you to come out of these cravings, and to come out of this substance abuse. It will help, it will support, right? Later on, you may increase from 10 minutes to 15 minutes to 20 minutes, but somewhere, please make a start and do daily practice of meditation. A lot of this kind of wrong advice is that you can be mindful if you don't practice meditation. No, that is all wrong. You have to have a daily practice of sitting meditation. Only then you can be mindful of your activities throughout the day. So have a daily practice of meditation. Second, number two, practice mindful breathing. Practice is as number of times a day, which is again the same thing. Wherever you are sitting, whatever you're doing, right, just bring your attention back to your breathing. Like bring it like 5 times. Initially you can bring it 5 times a day, or then raise it to 10 times a day, 20 times a day, right? Make it your practice, make it your practice, a self-care practice. And the more you practice just mindful breathing, even for a few moments, you'll discover greater peace and well-being in yourself. And especially later on, as your practice matures, as your practice grows, when the difficult feelings come, like cravings come and the guilt comes, because of the alcohol episode or something, then you can come out of it through mindful breathing. What mindful breathing does is that it takes away your focus that is in your mind to your belly, right? It brings you from your heart to your abdomen, right? That is what we have to do. We have to continuously come out of this mind and come out to your breath or to your body, whichever. Have one anchor and continuously go back to that anchor. Third is bring mindfulness to the smallest of activities, like walking and eating and everything. Even I will say even i will say if you are having an alcohol problem, if you're having a smoking problem, right, first of all, when you are smoking, right, at that time, okay, I'm saying smoke, no problem. But at that time, if you can bring your awareness even for like 1 second, maybe you smoke, it takes what, 5 minutes, I don't know because I don't smoke. But if it takes one smoke, can take maybe 5 minutes. Even for that like 5 minutes, if you can bring 10-15 seconds of your awareness, if you can, instead of getting lost in the stress, why people smoke, there is a in the background, there's a lot of stress, and the stress is running in their mind. So instead of the just losing yourself in stress during that smoking, that 5 minutes, if you can bring awareness to the fact that you are right now smoking, just bring that awareness, don't need to do anything else, just bring that 5 to 10 seconds, that is itself enough. And the more you practice, the more you will bring into awareness naturally the harm that you are doing it to your body, and let it come naturally, right? Your job is that, just okay, I will smoke, right? Anyways you're going to smoke, so just take that intention that okay, within this smoking, I will just have 1 minute of mindfulness during my smoke. And that 1 minute will can uh, help you come out of these patterns, and you'll self realize what is the kind of harm that you're putting, and you'll be able to go back and see that what is making me give harm to my body. And you can also be mindful that okay, I have spoken, I have had a smoke, and maybe few minutes down the line, or just see how your body is reacting. Is your body appreciating that, well done, I really like, you've done a good job, and for me, by smoking, is it like that, or your body says something else after you smoke? What is your body telling you? So think about, like, you eat some good nutritious food, like something like a good kind of green salad or something healthy, nutritious, and when it goes into your stomach, what your body tells. And second is, you eat like a street side, some fast food, some samosa or something, and see what your body tells. And similar to this is that you smoke or you drink alcohol, see how your body is telling, what your body tells you. So bring even 10 seconds of awareness. These all practices will help you come out of the substance abuse, right? And allow yourself to be mindful of your feelings. Practice self compassion, friends. It's very, very vital, very, very important not to beat yourself up. See, understand, these seeds that you have might have cultivated from your from you never know how many lifetimes you've cultivated it, these patterns unconscious. Some of these patterns come from our ancestors also. So this is like, you see, this now the whole kind of, there are a lot of times there is an addiction pattern that runs in the entire ancestral line. So not all patterns is your own. So please uh, give yourself some uh, uh, you know respite, give yourself a break, and not beat yourself up. Practice some form of self love. And there are a lot of exercises, self compassion exercises and self compassion meditations that are available, which you can practice to bring more self love to your problem. So no matter the problem is, you can you then this a beautiful prayer, a ho'oponopono prayer that you can practice. I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, I thank you. This is, you can seek sorry and forgiveness from the divine, and for this problem that you have, that okay, I'm not able to come out of this problem, right? So that is a form of self compassion that you can use, and there are many other practices, right? So that you can do. And last is that seek a coach. If you feel that someone can help you in practicing mindfulness in a better way, seek guidance, seek proper advice. What I can do from my end is that if you are facing an addiction problem, I will give you a free one-to-one call, a 20-minute free one-to-one interaction. The link is there in the description. Book that link and I will help you. And it's a no obligation thing, I'll not sell you anything. I will just help you certain points what you can practice to bring more, like what I have explained here. I will give you more precise guidance, more precise clarity on the points, which can help you bring more mindfulness if you have your addiction problem. That's completely confidential and completely non-judgmental call. Another thing what you can do is that you can register for my masterclass that happens every Tuesday. It will happen 8 o'clock IST. Link for that is also there, where I have like, it's like a 1 hour session where I'll be sharing more those things on how mindfulness can help you come out of your difficult patterns. And third is stay connected with me. You can stay connected through on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on through podcast, a lot of various places you can stay connected with me for more mindfulness tips. So you can, I'll be bringing some of the other things which you can practice, and you can help yourself through those practices. So this was just a kind of a session I just thought to conduct. I hope it was helpful in some way, and to help you in some way. And thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. Bye, and thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you.